Hello and welcome to my gun channel. Yes, it used to be the slingshot channel, now we do all kinds of things. And today we want to talk about silencers on the AK47 Plattform. Und für meine deutschen Zuschauer. Also, wenn ihr die AI-Stimme loswerden wollt in der Übersetzung, dann einfach in die Einstellung gehen, Original Audio in Klammern Englisch anwählen und dann hört er mich auf Englisch reden. Ihr könnt dann natürlich das Auto-Translate und CC benutzen, um die deutschen Untertitel zu bekommen. Danke. Actually, the AK47 comes in different levels of the bang that it creates. So first of all, we have subsonic ammo with a silencer. That's supposed to be the most silent. And then of course we have subsonic ammo without a silencer. Then we have high power ammo with a silencer and without a silencer, which no doubts will be the loudest bang. But how loud is it? Well, we want to find this out from the perspective of someone who is outside of a building where I am shooting indoors. Why? Because otherwise it's almost impossible to record the audio level, since if I would record this here in this room, the audio of the microphone would automatically clip and everything would sound the same. So I need to bring the camera to a place where it won't clip, where the audio is not as loud anymore to make the camera clipping. So, and that's going to be outside of my barn. We have two types of ammo today. We have the PPU Subsonic line 762x39, which is using a fairly heavy 182 grain bullet. Then we have the Sailor and Bellet, that's like the full power round, and this has a lighter bullet, just only 124 grains, and it will be much louder. And for calibration, we're going to shoot a 45 auto round from my Detonics, which is like a trimmed down 1911. Everybody knows how loud that is, so we'll have something to compare against. So optically, you can actually see that the subsonic round actually looks shorter, even though it has the heavier bullet. So it's easy to identify this is softer and this is more pointy, and that is also true for the sound it makes. Now there's of course two reasons why this will be much less loud than this one. First of all, it is subsonic, so there won't be a supersonic boom. So the supersonic boom definitely is present here. The question is, how loud will the supersonic boom be outside of my building here? Then the other thing is that, of course, this is also the much weaker load. So there is much more powder and probably also a more aggressive type of powder in the supersonic round. So therefore this is much weaker. It generates a fraction of the shot energy that this one creates. Okay, we will now go outside and I can carry you with me, because then you can see where the camera is actually positioned at, not far from here. This is my bench where I like to rest. And of course there will be lots of background audio, there will be motorbikes, there will be birds chirping, so you get a feeling about the sound level. So, okay, I'll put you right here so you can see this is the door of my shed. Position a little bit upwards, and we'll be shooting more or less just underneath this building here, so down there. And for some calibration, clap my hands while you can hear the airplane. So first we will fire the 45 for calibration. Loud enough. Now the AK, first with the silencer, first subsonic and then full power. And as you see, it did not cycle. Now full power with the silencer. much more oomph. Okay, now we fire the Subsonic and then the full power round just with the muzzle brake without the silencer. Alright. Right, does it cycle? Now the loudest down below. Authority. So I think it came very clear that the silencer has a mighty power. So the difference between the subsonic and the supersonic outside was just not that big. But of course, the difference between the gun in silenced and unsilenced mode was huge. So clearly there the silencer makes a huge difference. Now, if we look at the recorded data from my editing software, so I did this little comparison chart for you, so you can actually see the audio waveforms. And you can clearly see that the hand clap was by far the loudest, actually clipping a little bit. Whereas, and that's proves that the test method was right, none of the gunshots were bringing the camera to clipping the audio. So the waveforms are all complete. And you can definitely see that the 45 and the unsilenced 762 was almost as loud. So, I mean, it's clear from a pistol, the bang would be much louder. If that would have been fired from a rifle, it would have been much more silent. But in any case, you can clearly see, and you can also hear, that the subsonic in silenced is so silent that if someone is shooting it indoors, you would really not think that that was a gunshot. It was that silent. So I think it was a fairly interesting test. What do you think? Did you like it? I hope so, because that's it for today. Thanks and bye-bye.